So nice.
Howdy. How are we doing?
Good.
I'm good. I got to say, I like that music at the beginning.
Yeah. It's a nice intro.
Yeah, it was a nice intro.
It should have, what's it called? Credits in the description of the video.
It'll say,
go check it out if you want.
Jason here. Jason here. Jason here.
Oh, no, I didn't make that. I don't make music like that.
Oh, the music.
Good evening. So Adel is in this.
Oh, there's Adele.
He's in the audience, and he says, "Howdy."
Yeah. Hello, Adele.
Anybody else out there? You can welcomely say hi. We are finished with Exodus. We're starting Leviticus. So this is the most exciting book that exists in the Bible. Everyone's favorite.
Leviticus?
Oh, yeah.
I love
all
Leviticus.
those sacrifices.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Jenks says, Erev Tov. Howdy. I hope you're well. We're still absorbing rockets and missiles from Hezbollah. They're attacking in Kiryat Shmona in the north of Israel. And Iran is still sending their ballistics over to try to flatten Tel Aviv. You see all that stuff on TikTok of those crazies. Tel Aviv is not flattened, and it is not a pile of rubble. We're doing well. We're just absorbing and waiting for this to end. And I hope it will.
Jason, do you have any word on where the prime minister is?
He's not in my backyard. That's all I know.
I saw that yesterday, and I cracked up.
No. Apparently, there are rumors circulating that Bibi Netanyahu and what's his name, Bezalel Ben Gvir, I think that's his. Maybe Itamar.
Yeah, Ben Gvir, another hero.
Yeah, there are rumors floating around that these two bastards have been killed, but that's just a stupid rumor. People are so
Has he showed up since
on the internet. Yeah, I mean, they haven't hit anything of any value in Israel, so it's not like there's no way that they could have hurt him at all. I don't want to get into politics, but obviously I'm not a BB supporter. It's just not my way of thinking. Muriel, hi, darling. We haven't seen you in forever. Welcome. I'm glad to see you out there with us. We've missed you. I haven't seen anything from you recently. But I just need to say that I support this specific action. The whole idea of Iran has been a clear and present danger in the Middle East, and it's good that the Iranian people will take over and get out from under theocratic thumbs. I hope.
From your mouth to God's ears.
Because it will really change the face of the Middle East. So hopefully we can hope for good things and a better future. But right now we're absorbing, a lot of attacks, and it is what it is. But having said that, my personal politics, I don't like Bibi Netanyahu. I don't think that somebody should be in government, in the leadership of the government for the entirety of his adult life. I think that's insane. I like the concept of term limits and limited cadenciot, like office occupations. I don't know what cadencia. It is terms.
We just call them term limits, yeah.
You can only do it twice. If you're not smart enough to pass on what you know to somebody else who can do just as good a job, then you didn't do that well. But
some people have the mindset, nobody could do a better job than me. I'm the only one who can do it.
And this is what a lot of the populace thinks about Bibi. They say, Rak Bibi, only Bibi can do it. Of course, they say Bibi HaMelech. Bibi is the king. That's what they popularly say. And,
only king I recognize is King of Rock and Roll.
Yes.
In the
Having
time.
said that, let's turn to better things like sin offerings. So let's see. Sin offerings are always better than talking about politics. The first verse here, we're in chapter 4 of Leviticus. I think, Cenk, that when you're saying Hatikva, maybe you're saying I love you. Maybe you're saying like the Israeli national anthem. I'm not sure. There's a joke that goes around that Kip puts out because Wes Huff, he was trying to show how the words "I love you" would be joined together in Hebrew, and he put on the screen "hatikva," which means the hope, and he broke it into pieces, and he says "ahavticha" or "ahavtika." That's what he said, "ahavtika," meaning "ahavticha" means I love you, but he wrote "hatikva," which means the hope. So it's just a joke that goes around. But anyway, we are looking in chapter 4. We skipped chapters 1 through 3. Hopefully you read them. I read in... Which version did I read? Well, I have 3 Bibles out on my table, and I can't remember, but I did sit down and read the text this week. I don't remember which one I read from. I read it yesterday morning. So we're in chapter 4. And we're going to just read through verse 1 really fast to get to verse 2, because number 1 shouldn't even be a verse on its own, right? It's so short. Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor. There is one interesting thing there. That is the dagesh and the lamed, right? This is the dagesh, what do they call it? Conjunctivum. Conjunctivum. Right, the conjunctive dagesh, meaning that it's just there to join to the previous word, so you don't take time in pronouncing it. It's not Vaydaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, right? It's just joined together for the euphony. So it says the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, this is so common that I want to jump into the next verse 2. Verse 2 says, Daber el bnei Yisrael. Maybe I should highlight the text as we go along. This is yellow. And so, Daber el bnei Yisrael lemor. There's again this lemor. Speak to the sons of Israel, the Israelites, saying, Nefesh ki techta vishgaga. Let's take that as a phrase. Nefesh ki techta vishgaga. So vishgaga means shgaga is error or mistake. Like this is, it says a soul, and nefesh is feminine, right? A soul, if it should sin, techta. This is the word for chet or chata. He sinned. So techta is feminine, third person singular, because nefesh is the subject. Why is nefesh, which is the subject, not inside of this this structure? It should say ki techta nefesh vishgaga. Ki techta nefesh vishgaga. That's the structure that we are supposed to understand. But the subject nefesh has been elevated. It's been brought out of the conditional and set on its own. It's saying a soul, any soul, if it sins mistakenly, and obviously if the soul sins, it means the person, right? So if any person sins by accident, bishgaga, this is not bizadon. Bizadon is intentional. You do it on purpose. Bishgaga is you do it by accident. Mikol mitzvot Adonai asher lo te'asena. Okay, so these are negative commandments. These are commands that you should not do. There are 2 types of commands in the Torah. There are mitzvot ta'aseh or aseh. These are positive commandments. And mitzvot lo ta'aseh. These are the negative commandments. So if there are 613 commandments in the Torah, they call it Taryag mitzvot, the 613 commandments, then 365 are positive. Is that right? That's right. 365
One
is
of them
positive.
is 365.
I think
I
it's
don't
the
know if it's
positive or 365, and then the negative or whatever the difference is. Yeah, I'm not a
280
mathematician, so yeah, I can add it up on a calculator. But anyway, so if he sins from all of the commandments of the Lord, which you are not to do, which are not to be done, this is nifal. Ve'asa me'echat mehenna. Ve'asa is the future, so and it's like, and he will do. Let him do one of these things, one of the following things. Ve'asa me'echat mehenna. Mehenna means me'ele, from these. Okay, all right. So let's get rid of the coloring, and we'll move to the next one. Colton, you'll take verse 3, yeah?
Absolutely, I will.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
אם
Sorry.
הכהן המשיח יחטא לאשמת העם והחריב על חטאתו, אשר חטא פר בן בקר תמים לאדוני לחטאת. If the anointed priest.
Oh, no, this is about the Messiah for sure. This is if the Messiah, the priest, should sin. Anytime you see the word Mashiach, it's talking about Messiah. Actually, the truth is, not once in the Bible is the Messiah called Mashiach. Just so you know, Mashiach is a term that came about during the rabbinic period. Because the priest is called Kohen HaMashiach.
Is it or every time that the word Messiah?
That's right. That's why I was saying it. Yeah.
Every time,
because there is the one time.
mentioned,
There's the one time in Daniel chapter 9 where it says Mashiach Nagid, and in a lot of Christian translations it says Messiah the Prince, but that is not what it means. It's an anointed ruler. You should never take the word Mashiach in the Bible to mean the Messiah. The Messiah is
when they are
David.
referring to the Messiah. When they are referring to the Messiah, I know there's Son of Man in the book of Daniel, but how else is the Messiah referred to?
Even Son of Man. In the book of Daniel, it doesn't say the Son of Man. It says one like a Son of Man. And why does it do that? Because until that time, this is the Aramaic portion. This is not in Hebrew. This is chapter 7. Until that point, they were describing all of the kingdoms of earth as beasts. There were 4 beasts that came up out of the sea. And then suddenly, the final king is not a beast. The final kingdom. Yeah. It looks like a human. Yeah, it looks like a human. When it says kavar enash, it means one that looks like a human. In contrast to the beasts that were the kingdoms before. And specifically in the interpretation that Daniel does give to it in chapter 7, he says the kingdom will be given to the people of the Most High. That's the Kvar Enosh or Kvar Enash. It's the people of the kingdom of the Most High, the kingdom of the people of the Most High. It's not actually referring to the Messiah. It's just a symbol. Just like the beasts are a symbol of those kingdoms, the one that looks like a human is a symbol of the final kingdom, which will be the kingdom of God's people.
But isn't there a portion that says the Son of Man will sit at the right hand of the Ancient of Days or something like that? And
the Kvar Enash was brought to the Ancient of Days, and that there were thrones that were laid down, and the people that their judgment was set. But it doesn't say sitting at the right hand. That comes from the New Testament.
All right, I've got to read that again. Thank you.
Yeah. We should read in Aramaic.
No, well, I'm not reading. I can't read Aramaic. Aramaic always kicks my butt.
That book, that chapter actually is quite readable for somebody who knows Hebrew. Quite readable.
I'll check it out. I'll take it.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt. HaKohen HaMashiach, the anointed priest.
Yeah. So if the anointed priest were to sin, for the guilt of the people,
I think that's it results in the people becoming guilt-ridden because of his
Okay.
sin, because he's a representative
Incur
of
guilt.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Right. I just didn't know the best way to translate it. Sure.
Hmm.
I didn't imagine he was sinning for their guilt, like trying to do it.
Yeah.
Because
Because it already said above that this was bishgaga, we should assume that all of these are accidental sins. These are not intentional,
sure.
flagrant.
He'll bring for his sin, which
Mhm.
he sinned, a bull, the son of a herd flock, son of that word.
Cattle.
Sure, son of cattle. Perfect to the Lord for a sin offering.
Yeah, great. Mhm. We will notice in this case the im. Oh, we should say as far as the structure, John, you probably know this because we talked about it in the past with the we had that book that we went through with the readings where
Yeah.
we did the ox that gores that passage. When you have a legal setup, the first condition that sets the case is introduced with key, meaning if. And then the individual cases below it are introduced with im. So im is if, and also key is if. The key is the higher level of the if that introduces the whole
Oh.
set.
That's
So
cool.
that should be like then.
No, there's still if. So the initial one is, so it says
It's like
if
the
a soul
principle,
sins
the
by
overarching
accident.
principle. Yeah, the overarching principle is introduced with key, and then the
And then
specific workings
individual
out.
cases, individual cases are brought with im. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once it introduces a new concept, a new section of laws, it will introduce it again with key.
It's almost like saying when this happens, right?
Mhm.
Because it's going to happen. Like as a general
Mhm.
principle, it happens. And then if, right? And then the ifs are like, these aren't necessarily things that are going to happen. These are more like
Yeah.
possibilities of how it plays out.
It's
It's also
also the
really-
case. Mhm.
Sorry, it's also really good and interesting. I've never noticed that, and I want to see it more. But it's really interesting, even thinking about how key and im function as like realis and irrealis kind of possibility markers. I would want to.
I was
look
just
at
going
it
to talk about irrealis with this.
Yeah.
It is the case that in the pre-written past, you had the yiktol, like the yaktul, the yaktulu, and you had the katal that had two forms, two functions. Katal as the past and katal as an irreal. And conditionals used katal as an irreal. So what we have in the biblical form is if this should happen with the yiktol, which is irrealis, v'hikriv is v'katal, and that is also irrealis. That is, if this should happen, then this would happen. Like it's the two things are dependent on each other, and they're not. This is a hypothetical condition. If this happens, then this will happen, and it's hypothetical if it happens, right? Great. Another thing I wanted to point out is this nefesh ki techta bishgaga. We have this idea of a soul making a sin offering or making a guilt offering. And this shows up in, of all places, Isaiah chapter 53. Let's pull that up really quickly because there's a structural problem there that doesn't get discussed so much. And that is the King James says, if you make his soul an offering for sin, or an offering for, that's what it says, right? If you make his soul an offering for sin. Isn't that what it says in the King James? We don't know.
For Isaiah, what?
Yeah. Isaiah
51.
53. Let's see. It says Asham. So let's look at Asham. There it goes. So verse 10, V'Adonai chafetz dako echeli. Im tasim Asham nafsho יראי זרע יאריך ימים וחפץ אדוני בידו יצלח. Okay? It says, Im tasim asham nafsho. The King James renders this, if you make his soul, the object, a guilt offering, or an offering for sin. This is not what this means. The nafsho is the subject of tasim. It's feminine, third person. If his soul makes a guilt offering, if his soul makes a guilt offering, he will see seed, he will lengthen his days, and the pleasure of the Lord will succeed in his hand. There is a problem with the King James that is crept into the memory of readers of the Bible. Nafsho is the subject here of tasim, in the same way that nefesh ki techta, if a soul sins. And that's just so you know. Yeah, when you go and read Isaiah 53, keep your eyes open for that and let it permeate your translation, how you would deal with it. Okay. Apart from that, Par ben Bakar, a bull, the son of cattle. That's very strange. Tamim is often like naive. Means it's tam is to complete. Tom is completion. So tamim is something that is. What did you say? You said perfect?
Yeah, spotless, probably better.
Yeah. The idea is that it doesn't have any mum. Mum is an imperfection. Right? All right, John, are you ready for verse 4?
Sure. But the Ben Boker, couldn't that be son of the herd?
Bakar. Yes.
Bakar? That's what I meant.
Bakar is herd cows? A herd of cows. Yes.
Yeah, it's a herd of cows, a flock of sheep.
That is true. I want to find that book that we used just so I can recommend it. Go ahead and read.
Okay. Vahabid et hapar el petach ohel moed lifnei Adonai v'samach et yado al rosh haper v'shachat et hapar lifnei Adonai. Let him bring, or he will bring, the bull to the opening of the tent of meeting before the Lord, and he will lay his hand upon the head of the bull and slaughter the bull before the Lord. Before Adonai.
I think we talked last week or the week before that Ohel Moed is the actual tabernacle. So when it says at the opening of the Ohel Moed, this is before going in to the holy place, right? So the sacrifice, the shchita, the cutting of the neck, is done outside of the tabernacle, and then the blood is brought inside and sprinkled. Just real quick, this is the book that I'm talking about. John, you'll remember this?
Oh, yeah.
Readings in Biblical Hebrew, an intermediate textbook. Ehud Ben Tzvi, Maxine Hancock, and Richard Beinert. It's a B, Beinert.
Yeah.
So this book has a section on the goring ox, and
isn't that Talmud?
No, it's from the Bible.
Okay.
And it does bring out very well the idea of ki and im in conditionals for legal cases. So let me see where the reading is. Page 69, I think. No, this is Leviticus chapter 5, and it's very similar to what we have here, where it actually says nefesh ki techta. Same idea. Okay, so it's not that one. It would be Exodus 21, page 55. Yes, this is one. Ki v'chi yigach shor. So if you want a discussion of this ki and im, it's in chapter 2.1 of this book. Fantastic. So go pick it up. It's not too expensive, and it's got a lot of useful reading material if you're interested. All right. Let's get rid of the highlighting. One of these days. One of these days. Okay, so we're continuing with the vikatal, which is the result. If this happens, this will happen. He will bring the bull to the entrance of the tabernacle before God, and he'll put his hand on his head and he'll slaughter it and all of that. Okay, verse 5. Velakach hakohen hamashiach. Okay, it's again not the Messiah, it's the anointed priest. The anointed priest will take midam hapav, from the blood of the bull. Means he'll take some of that blood. Vehivioto el ohel moed. I highlighted 2 verses. Sorry. So the anointed priest will take from the blood of the bull, and he will bring it to the tent of meeting. Ohel moed. Okay. Okay, we're continuing with the vikatal, with the he will do. Colton?
Sorry, I was muted.
I can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
וטבל הכהן את אצבעו בדם, והיזה מן הדם 7 פעמים לפני אדוני את פני פרוכת הקודש.
Mm-hmm.
And the priest will dip his finger in the blood and will sprinkle some of the blood 7 times before the Lord. Before the curtain, the holy curtain.
Et pene, this is what he's sprinkling. He's sprinkling the blood on the curtain. He's sprinkling the curtain with the blood.
Gotcha.
Et pene parochet kodesh, the surface, the face of the holy parochet. Yeah.
It's an accusative of location, is what you're telling me.
No. Lazot, he is sprinkling the curtain.
Yeah, accusative of location, like he's sprinkling it on the curtain, right?
I don't know.
Because you sprinkle the blood.
I sprinkle the altar, like I take something and I do this to the altar. The altar is the recipient of the action, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
Okay. John, you ready for 7? You got a big long one.
Yeah, okay, I'll try it, but just really quick. I know this is like they had this big curtain that they made a big deal out of making and weaving with all kinds of good stuff on it, and they're sprinkling it with blood. I mean,
you think they ever wash it?
That's what I'm asking. Do they clean it, or they clean the altar? Do they ever, like, after a certain amount of time, just wash down the altar so it's not like, like a medieval operating table? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I wonder. Does anybody know? Okay, nobody here knows. Okay, that's fine.
I don't know. But I know when they would tear down the tabernacle to move, at least they would have it folded up and carrying it. So maybe they took that opportunity to wash it too.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Somebody
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, somebody said something to me this week that I thought was interesting. Is that like all the fancy stuff from the tabernacle you wouldn't have seen from the outside. You'd have seen all the fancy stuff on the inside, right? It's like all the colors and all the gold gilding and everything. Like it's all on the inside. It's like all the fancy stuff is it's hidden. And so it's just interesting. I was just thinking about that because you're talking about, because I'm assuming this is happening on the inside where all the colors and stuff would have been the visible, right? I don't know. It's interesting.
Normally, when people would build a temple, they'd set a big statue of their god inside of it.
Right.
So they say that the Romans, when they came into the temple in Jerusalem, when they were sacking the temple, they were shocked because it was empty. Because from their perspective, there was no statue of a god there, so the temple was empty. There was no god in the temple, and that shocked them. Because Judaism is different. Okay, so we're verse 7.
Okay.
But yeah, it is relevant that the inner part of the temple is actually where everything is pretty, and the outside is just a building.
V'natan hakohen min hadam al karnot mizbeach.
Mizbach.
No, that's mizbach.
What's
is that the
difference between
construct?
mizbeach and mizbach? Yes, construct.
Okay. Mizbach ketoret ha sasim lifnei Adonai. Oh, I'm sorry. Hasamim lifnei Adonai asher ba'ohel moed ve'et kol dam hapar yishpoch el yesod mizbach ha'olah asher petach ohel moed.
Petach.
So
Petach.
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 I said patach. Did I say patach?
You said petach. Petach.
Okay. Petach. It's segel.
Yeah.
Petach ohel moed. All right. The priest will take some of the blood.
Natan isn't take, it's to put.
Oh, will place.
Yeah.
Okay. The priest will place some of the blood upon the incense altar. Upon karnos.
It is, but
those are the horns. Those are the horns. All right. And this is also why the statue of Moses has horns, right? Because it's like cognate with light. You don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's just go on.
Well, the word is karnaim, horns, because keren means also like a ray.
Right.
Keren ol is a ray of light, but it sounds like keren is like a horn of light, like light horns.
Right. Well, it was mistranslated. That's how the thing about why Jews have horns came about. Because when Moses came down from the mountain, there was a light from his head, but it was translated, I think in the Vulgate, into horns. And, Michelangelo's beautiful statue, you should see this thing, this beautiful statue of Moses sitting. I mean, it's magnificent. And he has horns on his head. All right, there you go. All right, so the priest...
Jerome wasn't the best Hebrew student, come to find out.
Okay, so the priest will place some of the blood upon the horns of the incense altar. Hasamim.
The samim is the aromatic.
It's aromatic, yeah. And the aromatic whatever spices, I guess.
So this is 4 words in construct. Karnot, mizbach, ktoret, hasamim. That's 4 words in construct. The horns of the altar of incense of spices.
Okay. The horns of the altar of the incense spices. Could that be? I mean, just to make it sound better, of the incense spices. Okay. Before the Lord, which is by or in or near the tent of meeting.
It's inside. It's inside the tent. Yeah.
All right.
They had the Mizbach HaUlah is outside of the tent, like it's in the courtyard outside of the tent. But inside of the holy place, you have the incense altar, you have the showbread, you have the menorah. Remember?
Right. Yeah.
I think that's it, right?
I believe so. And then there's another place. That's the Holy of Holies behind all that.
With the
That's
Ark of the
separated. Right. And it's separated by that really elaborate
okay.
curtain. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, and the bait, the preposition on ohel, that could mean inside too. That could mean, it's so flexible, that thing.
On the altar of incense before the Lord that is in the Ohel Moed. It's in the tabernacle.
Okay. All the blood of the bull, yishpoch. Oh, he will pour out all the blood of the bull upon the foundation of the altar.
It means to the foundation of the altar. To. But it means
Okay.
he'll pour it out at the base of the altar.
Okay, at the base of the altar of the whole burnt offering altar, which is at the opening of the tent of meeting.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good. Okay, get rid of that. And verse 8 says, ואת כל חלב פרחתת ירים ממנו, ואת חלב המכסה על הקרב, ואת כל החלב אשר על הקרב. So kerev is like bekirbo, like in the midst of him. So kerev is in the inside, the innard. So all of the fat, remember chelev is fat and chalav is milk. All of the fat of the bull of the sin offering, yarim mimenu, he will lift up from it, meaning that he'll separate it off. He'll take it up, like separate the fat from the offering. It says the fat that covers over the entrails, and all the fat that is upon the entrails. Yeah. Okay, verse 9, Colton. This is the best topic in the world. I love the idea of killing animals and sprinkling their blood and burning their fat.
Can you imagine what Jerusalem must have smelled like during the festivals?
An aromatic and wonderful fragrance unto the Lord.
Yeah, but they must have done thousands of offerings a day. It must have smelled like a slaughterhouse.
Yeah. Can't imagine it smelled good.
It's disgusting. Well, okay. Sorry.
No, it's all good. I'm trying to reach time salts as y'all are reading, and I'm not fast enough. That's what I'm figuring out. את שתי הכליות ואת החלב אשר עליהן, אשר הכסלים, ואת היותרת על הכבד, על הכליות יסירנה. And the two kidneys and the fat which is upon them, which is upon the, what did we say?
I think that was like the motnaim, I think the waist, I think the
What?
thighs, I don't know. How do you say this?
Yeah, that's thighs.
Loins.
The loins. Yeah.
Oh,
and
I think I just
the
broke the page. Hold on.
And the rest that was upon the kidney, no, the liver. Sorry, I get that. Oops.
It's the fatty mass at the opening of the liver.
Yeah. Which is the yotet. Yeah, the rest upon
that's right. I'm
the liver.
sorry.
Yeah, upon no, it's all right. Upon the kidneys, you shall remove it.
He shall remove it.
He shall remove it. Yes.
So lasir is to make it turn aside, right?
Yes.
From sul. Yoteret says appendage of liver. I don't know what that means, but okay.
The attached parts. Things attached to the liver.
Yoteret, appendage of liver, the surplus found with a cow, sheep, or goat, but not with humans. That's it. That's neat. So when you sacrifice a human, you're not going to find this. Yeah. Okay. Verse 10.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Okay. Ka'asher yoram mishol
Notice the
zevah.
vowel on that word. Kasher. What's the next word? Not
Ka'asher
yoram.
yuram.
Yuram. Mm-hmm.
Yuram mishol zebach hashlamim
Mishor. What is a shor?
Say what?
What is shor? This is Yigach shor. Remember, if an ox.
Sure. It's an ox. Yes, from the ox.
Yeah. And the next word is zevach. Zevach. Zevach.
Again, the sagalit. Yeah. Okay.
Shevalet,
Zevach hashlamim v'hitiram hakohen al mizbach ha'olah. And just as what's that thing? All right.
Okay, so this is related to this one here. Yarim, he will lift up, like to separate something by lifting it up.
Right.
And Yuram is passive.
And just as
it's separated from.
Okay, but what's this? Is the subject it? But just as it is separated from the ox of sacrifice. As the peace offering. Okay, and just as it is lifted up from the ox of the peace offering, vayikra. And they will burn, and the priest will burn it upon the altar, the whole burnt offering, the Holocaust altar.
Holocaust, yes, that's true. Yes. Okay, ve'et or hapar. Okay, now we're getting down on all the pieces, right? Now we're talking about its skin. Ve'et or hapar, ve'et kol b'saro. Okay, its skin and all of its flesh. Al rosho v'al kra'av v'kirbo u'firsho. So we had here that it was on the altar of whole burnt offering, and now the hiktiram also covers this sentence here. So this sentence says, so he will burn, the priest will burn it upon the altar of the whole burnt offering, and also the bull's skin and its flesh upon its head and upon its thighs, like kra'im is what you eat on the chicken thigh. And its entrails and the contents of its innards. This is nasty stuff. Perish is like the stuff that's inside of its belly and its intestines and the nasty stuff that's inside. Ew, that's gross. Let's look at perish.
Chitlins.
It says contents of stomach.
Intestines, excrement.
It says not of the intestines.
Oh.
According to KBL, contents of the stomach, but not of the intestines. But still, it's gross. Residual contents of an animal's stomach.
Isn't that what they put in
contents
haggis?
of the intestines, feces.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Does it include what's in the intestines or not? Either way, it's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing's pretty gross.
All right. Number 12, if you would, Mr. Colton. I don't hear anything.
Dag Jimmit, man. I gotta quit doing that. That's
good. I like that. Bag Jimmit. I like that.
והוציא את כל פר אל מחוץ למחנה, אל מקום טהור, אל שבק הדשן. ושרף אותו על עצים באש, על שפך הדשן ישרף.
Yisaref.
Yisaref, yes, thank you, Yisaref. Yisaref, yeah. Get me for the Sere. And he'll remove, sorry. Hold on. Yeah, and
He will bring out.
Yeah. The whole ox bull
What is left from it? What is he going to be carrying out? They've already burnt the skin and the meat and the entrails and.
I think it's the carcass.
Ew.
Right? Like you got to get rid of the carcass somewhere.
Burn its bones to dust.
To the outside of the camp, to the dirty place.
A pure place.
Oh, a pure place.
Impure is tameh.
Yeah, tameh. Yeah, sorry, I get those backward. Clearly, to the ash pile, the fat ash pile, and he'll burn it upon the bones.
No,
he'll put
wood.
Oh
Pieces
God,
of wood.
Upon
You're
the
thinking
wood.
of Etzel.
It's Etzim. I was just ignoring the yod right there.
Eitzim, etzem. What a connection.
Yeah, sorry, it was inadvertent. And burn it upon the wood in the fire, upon the ash pile, it shall be burnt.
Yeah. Generally, ba'esh doesn't mean like
with
in
fire.
The fire.
Sure.
Like there's
yeah.
Yes. Lisrof ba'esh means to burn with fire.
With fire.
And it's, we would render it as indefinite. Ba'esh. All right. It's just an expression. Ba'esh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 13.
Ve'im kol adat Yisrael.
Okay, well, I just want to point out real quick. Again, the beginning of the set of laws was introduced with ki techta. In the specific instance is if the priest happens to sin, that im hakohen hamashiach yechta. Okay, so that's a specific instance. And then let's see the next. If I think it is in this verse 13. We are going to the next instance. That is if the whole congregation sins. Okay, so it was the priest who was sinning that caused guilt on the people. And now it's the whole congregation that is sinning together. And so im is again introducing a specific case within the key construction. Okay?
Okay. Ve'im kol adat Yisrael yishgu.
Yishgu. What is the verb? Shagag.
Shagag.
Yeah.
Shagag.
Shagag.
There's
Shagag and there's Shagag. That's interesting. Shagag and Shagag basically have the same meaning.
Oh.
Shagag is a geminate. It means to sin. It means to sin by accident, and also this is the same meaning. Lishgot.
Okay. Okay. Yishku v'nelam dabar me dabar. Yeah. Dabar.
There's no negation. Davar.
All right, Lisa, you need to slow down.
Davar.
All right. Dabar. Me'ene.
No, it's not a B. It's not a B sound.
Devar.
Yes.
Davar. All right. All right. Davar. Me'ene. Ha-kohel. Ba'as.
Hakahal.
Hakahal, yeah. Va'asu achat mikol mitzvos Adonai asher lo te'asena va'ashemu. Okay. And if the entire congregation of Israel should sin, and B'nai Elam, and it was raised, and the
Not
matter.
ne'elam, but ne'elam. Like it's hidden.
Alam. Oh yeah, Alam. Okay. And it is hidden from the eyes. Hakohel.
Hakahal.
Hakahal. Is that the congregation?
And
Is that
a matter is unseen from the eyes of the assembly.
of the assembly?
Means that they all sinned by accident and they don't even notice it. They don't even see it.
Okay.
Ne'elam means to disappear, to be invisible, to be unseen. A lot of people say that this is related to why Elim, a young man, and Alma are this, because they're not seen in public. They're small. They're children, basically. Young men, young women. Elim, Alma.
Okay, so they will do after from
Achat
all
is
the
one.
mitzvot. They will do one from all the mitzvos of the Lord, which they should not do.
It should not be done.
That should not be done, and they incur guilt.
Yeah, they incur guilt. Yeah,
it's interesting. I think what Steinsaltz is saying is like it's about like either it meant or it comes to mean talking about like the judges in Israel and like being like erring in their judgment concerning something. And that's what that's
Adat Israel wouldn't mean the people themselves, but the leaders of the people.
Yeah, I think that's what he's saying. I think he's saying it's hard to know. I could just look at the translation. I'm just trying not to do that. He's saying it's hard to know. Sorry, where did it go?
We can pull it up. Let people know.
Yeah, he says it's unlikely that the entire community would violate a prohibition due to forgetfulness.
Yeah,
it must have been taught.
So the high court. So it's something that the high court unwittingly issued as an erroneous ruling, is what he says. Yeah. So I understood the gist. I was a little lost on the details, but yeah.
Where is Steinsaltz?
At the very bottom.
There it is. And we are in verse 13.
14, isn't it?
14?
13.
We weren't there yet. It's the im kol adat Yisrael yishge. Okay, so this is Steinsaltz's commentary. For those who are interested, it's a nice interlinear commentary that's like written into the text. We have here the option of reading it in Hebrew or in English. So, ve'im kol adat Yisrael yishgu, קשה לעלות על הדעת שגגה של הציבור כולו. Like it's hard to imagine that all of the public, the people, sinned together. But this is it in English, and you can read it. It's a good commentary. It's what I use normally when I'm reading. They publish it in Israel in separate volumes for each book of the Bible. So, that's what I was reading from earlier too.
Yeah, but there's the one on Safaria that Jason just pulled up is free. Just throwing that out.
These are how the volumes. These are how the volumes are published in Israel. Real quick, this is the Steinsaltz. It's the Katz edition. Katz is a Jewish family name. Katz. So the Katz edition, the elucidated Tanakh with Steinsaltz's commentary. This is Steinsaltz, and this is the book of Vayikra, Leviticus. If you can get your hands on them, great commentaries, and if not, read it online for free. It's good.
Are they in
anyway?
English?
So on the website it is. This is not. This is only Hebrew.
I was using because I was just trying to. It's a good way to practice modern Hebrew while doing biblical Hebrew as well. So that's why
I should point out this structure, that many times when you have a partitive min, the word in front of it is in the construct. And that's what we have here. Achat is in construct, one of, from all the mitzvot of God. So that's a construct right there. We see a couple of interesting things with constructs in this text. One of them is this, and it was also in the previous verse that I didn't mention. The same thing, where they said from one. No, I guess the word achat isn't there. Sorry. Oh, it's right here. Me achat mehena. Mehena is from these, and me achat is also in construct. From one of, from these. From one of, from these. And now my logos is going to lock up on me, isn't it? Come on, let me go down. Let me go down. It's not releasing. The other interesting thing about the construct is the word bimkom asher, in a place where, that we'll get to in a few minutes. In the meantime, while my text is not moving, how are you guys feeling reading Leviticus? We're out of time anyway.
Yeah, I really do actually find this stuff interesting. Just the differences between each one. Like, I mean, I don't have answers, but like, why is this one done this way and not that way? And like, And again,
Indeed.
there's nothing else that Steinsaltz was pointing out earlier verses that we were reading, is that he's like, oh, this only happens outside of this particular instance. The only time that the only time you put blood on the incense offering is during outside of these sin offerings is during Yom Kippur, right? And he just the stuff that he's pointing out along the way is really interesting. Like connections that I've not taken the time to figure out myself, and it's just like, oh,
yeah,
okay.
He has a lot of good comments that help you think through things.
He's a very
as far as
smart
we're going to
man.
go, just because we're out of time. I hope everyone will join us in the next hour for lesson 2 of Lambden's grammar. Got a lot of stuff to go over. I've already put together my presentation for lesson 3 for next week, and very much looking forward to this. This course, I think, is going to be useful for those who are interested in the grammar. It's kind of fast-paced, but we can't waller in noun structures forever, right? You got to make some movement. So,
yeah.
All right, guys. Any questions?
All right.
No.
See you on the other side.
John, are you joining us in the next hour?
Say what?
Are you joining me in the next hour?
I am, but I'm going to be incognito, I'm not going to be, Yeah, I'll be there. You'll see. You'll see.
Jonathan said to pass on his greetings. He said he couldn't be here this week, but he will be with us next week. Again, Muriel, thank you for coming. So nice to see you. Adel, Jenk, noise ending. I hope everybody's well. We didn't engage with the weird comments trying to make us divide ourselves from the present state of Israel. But anyway, we'll see you guys in the next hour. So
Take
nice
care.
To read. I enjoyed it. Bye-bye.